My name is Nkositalkshows. I'm the founder of Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency and the founder of Nkositalkshows. So my topic today, I will be talking about how to heal a broken heart when a relationship ends. So what do I mean by that? How to heal a broken heart? At some point of our lives, we all have our heart. We all had our heart broken when relationship ends, or when somebody dies in a relationship. When it's one of the spouse dies in a relationship, the other person ends up with a broken heart, and and that can end up feeling like it's everything. It's a pain that is, it feels like everything has been stripped away from you. It can feel that uh, the dreams have been shattered, dreams of um, possibilities of marriages or everything. It can feel is something that you have invested. If you have invested everything, it can feel like a confusion. It can feel like a shattered dream. It can feel like everything you have invested, the places you have visited, everything you have cherished with your spouse, and it's been taken away from you. And that recovery can lead to pain and suffering. When you are grieving a loss of heartbreak, it's hard to trust your mind where it leads you. Because if you want your mind to lead you to the process of healing, sometimes your mind cannot lead you to the place where you don't want to be. It can lead you to a place, to a path where it can lead you to suffering. It can lead you to confusion. It can lead you to so many things, because you become a detective, basically trying to find out what went wrong. Was it my fault? Was it something that I have done? Am I enough? Was I enough in that relationship? So it could lead with so much suffering and so much pain. But if you actually if you focus on healing, the process can be different, but it is hard. It doesn't matter how long the relationship has been. It doesn't matter how long it could be either you've been in that relationship for a few months, 3 months, or it could be you've been in that relationship for 6 months or a year. It doesn't matter. The pain is still the same. You still feel the same pain. So today I'm gonna be looking at the process of the healing process, and I'm gonna be talking about the questions that you actually need to ask yourself, because for you to be able to actually heal, you have to actually understand the process of healing, and how you can heal your broken heart. So I'm gonna be looking at those the process, and basically the stage of healing. How does it work, and how the things that you need to avoid when you're going through a heartbreak. So the process is never going to be the same. It may even vary with the same person throughout your life. You could even if you change your relationship to another, if you don't deal with the healing properly, you basically could end up basically completely cutting out the codes of dating. You end up saying, I don't want to hear anything about dating, because everything is the same. You could end up to actually not wanting to actually date somebody because of the pain that you go through. But if you go through the healing properly, then it will help you to actually ask yourself the right questions. If you ask yourself the right questions, then you are able to heal properly. And you could actually, but if you don't heal properly, you could start playing detective of your own life, question your existence. Why am I existing? Why is the same problems keep happening to me? Why does this keep happening to me? Our mind can detect what is not real. It can detect the things that are not real, not wanting you to fall in love again. Your mind can actually manipulate you not wanting to fall in love because of one person that is actually broke your heart. But if you actually ask yourself, was this person really a good match for me? Because sometimes we are in a relationship, it doesn't mean that we are in a relationship with the right people. Or sometimes the relationship is a season. It can be a season that God put that person in that path to teach you a lesson. But then maybe we were not meant to date them. They were there being kind, and they were meant to actually guide you through something. But then we human beings, we fall in love. It can lead you from withdrawing from the seeds of love and saying, I don't want to love again. I don't want to fall in love again. There is no such thing. Heartbreak can lead you making up stories and saying there is no such thing as love, as falling in love. But there is something. Falling in love. You can fall in love. When your heart is broken, you become addicted to the chains of rejection. You become addicted to the chains of I'm not enough. You become, it can become an addiction. An addiction that you actually keep going through the memories, stalking your exes on social media, feeding that pain. When you stalk somebody on social media, that means you are feeding the pain. You are actually feeding the pain, putting the seeds on that pain. But if you stop blaming yourself and you stop blaming your ex, and understanding that every relationship has a season, find out why it didn't work out why your relationship didn't work out without blaming your ex. What did you learn from that relationship? What did you learn from your ex? From that relationship? Okay, if somebody has ended a relationship, if you thought everything was okay, or you were fighting, there were arguments after arguments, but there must be good things that you have learned in that relationship. So you need to find out, what have you learned in that relationship? And then think the memories, put all the memories together, the bad ones on the other side, the good memories on the other side. The good memories, they are for you to be grateful. That I'm grateful that I got to meet this person. I've got to enjoy my life with this person. I've got to do these things. I'm grateful. Then the bad memories is for you to be grateful as well, that they entered your life and they gave you strength. So you put all those bad memories together and let them go. Bend them if you want to bend them. So whatever you've learned in that heartbreak, in that relationship, let it help you to grow and be a better spouse to your next relationship. Don't hold on to the pain. Is there any explanation that can help you feel better? When a relationship, when there is a heartbreak, no, there is no explanation. Heartbreak can only bring insecurities. Nothing can protect you from having a heartbreak. Guilty, shame, by fear, frustration, hopelessness. It can also feel like you are in a war with your own mind. It can also feel like you are in a war with your ex. So what do you need to do to heal yourself from heartbreak? You need to ask yourself these questions. If you have a broken heart, your heart has been broken. Some people seem to think that when you have a broken heart, it's all about dating, it's all about being rejected. Sometimes when somebody dies in that relationship, hi Kamal, when someone dies in that relationship, it's a heartbreak. That means your mind, you have to mend your broken heart. You have to mend your mind. You have to actually heal yourself. So what are the questions that you need to ask yourself if you, in the process of healing? You need to ask yourself, what has caused the problem of heartbreak? Ask yourself that question. Not what did I do? What did he do? What has caused the problem of that heartbreak? That is question number one. What factors have been maintaining the problem? That is the question number two. Because the relationship, for it to lead to heartbreak, that means there's been building, there's been problems that have been maintained and maintained and maintained. There's been a bad habit that you've been maintaining in that relationship. So if you ask yourself, what factors have been maintaining this problem for me to end up here on my own with a broken heart? So the third question, what might facilitate change in my life now that I have a heartbreak? What might facilitate change in my life without asking why? Why am I going through this? Les Brown says, who do you suggest to have problems? So everyone in life, every one of us in life is gonna face the heartbreak. So what might facilitate change in my life? That's when you start looking at the bad habit that you were ignoring in that relationship. Your character, what character did you bring in that relationship? What character did your ex bring in that relationship? Without making excuses for them. Were they actually the good match for yourself, for you? Was your ex a good match? If that person wasn't, it is time for you to be actually honest and say, okay, I've lived in this relationship for many, many years. But this relationship was never meant to start in the first place. But if you ask yourself this honest question, then you'll be able to actually work on the process of healing, because you're asking yourself the honest questions. You're gathering information about the cause of heartbreak without blaming, without stalking your ex on social media, without playing detective. You are just gathering information and being honest. It will hurt when you are gathering information of what can I change for me when I go to the next relationship. No, start saying, I don't want to date anymore. Love doesn't exist. You basically you dated the wrong person, and that's why they are not in your life. So you actually need to be grateful for meeting that person. There might be good memories in that relationship that you've learned. So when you start gathering information, begin by finding out certain details about that heartbreak. You need to begin to finding out the details, certain details. There will be certain details that you will need to find out. You know your story, I don't. Certain details, it could be your character, it could be your image, it could be everything, your confidence, it could be everything, the details which they are based on you. Through guided questions, you'll be asking yourself. You can break down you can break down the answers by exploring 4 aspects of areas of your experience when you were having problems, by starting like what went through your mind. Like if you want to start the process of healing, you have to begin when this person tells you that I don't want to be with you anymore. What went through your mind when you were in that situation of your heartbreak? What went through your mind? Because that beginning is going to help you with the ending, for you to actually work on yourself. What went through your mind when this person told you that they don't want to be with you anymore? That shock, you need to undo it. That is the code that is going to keep you playing detective, wondering what your ex is getting up to, wanting to text them, wanting to know what their life, what they are doing with their lives. But if you actually acknowledge that this is what I've been put through, and I accept it, and I'm going to deal with it, I'm going to sleep on this. It's painful. I'm not going to lie to you and say it's going to be easy. Nothing is going to be easy. It's going to be painful. And the next question is, how did you feel? This is the process of healing. How did I feel when I was having those thoughts? Now I'm being told that, okay, I don't want to be with you anymore. And the thoughts, it hits me. And that thought, it will be something that is going to be triggered. That voice that you're going to be hearing over and over, that voice, that is one you need to find out. How did it make you feel when you were having that thought of being told? When you are being told bad news, there's a thought that comes in your mind, and that thought is the one that you need to be aware of, because that thought is going to keep coming back. When you were having those feelings, because the thought comes with a feeling, what did you notice was going on in your body? You need to actually relieve everything. What was going on? Now you're giving yourself counseling. Sometimes some people don't want to go for counseling, but if you are somebody that I don't want to go for counseling, or you want professional help, if you go for professional help, that is the same thing the psychologist will be asking you. When you were having that feeling, those feelings that you had in the thoughts, what did you notice was going on in your body? Did you do anything to stop it? What did you do to stop doing, to stop feeling that way? Or you didn't stop it? If you didn't stop it, you need to be aware as well how you were thinking and what you were feeling in that moment. And then you can remove negative thought about yourself and the world. Negative thought is like, there are no men, there are no good men out there, because when you are being rejected, that means your mind is going to start making up stories. You're going to start seeing the world in a different view. You're going to start having a different view about the world. Start seeing the world as a beautiful place. Be aware of remove your negative thinking about yourself, about your feelings, because all these feelings, the questions that you'll be asking yourself, some of them are negative, but some of them are positive. So you remove them and make sure you are facing them. Write them down and read them out loud and bend them out. Tell those feelings that I am grateful that you appeared in my life, but I don't want to be with those negative feelings in my life, and bend them. Remove assumptions in your life. Sometimes conditional beliefs and dysfunctional assumptions can actually leave us confused, they are called the rules of the living. The rules of the living they're not that simple. The rules are not that simple. Sometimes you can feel that if maybe I didn't please my spouse, if I didn't please my spouse, if I don't please people, that means the people, they won't respect me. So you end up going into a different relationship thinking that you have to be a pleaser for that person to accept you in your life, because you have not worked, if you have not gone through the proper healing. If you get rejected, then you feel that I have to be a pleaser. If I don't please people, that means that they're not gonna accept me. They're not gonna treat me right. But you don't have to please anyone. You don't have to please anyone. You have to understand your core beliefs. You have to understand your beliefs. You have to be aware about the statement that you believe about yourself. Is that statement positive or is it negative? So you're gonna have to you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself and believe in the person that stood by you, because that person is you. So when you actually change your beliefs, if you are aware of your beliefs, then that means you can actually work out on your future, positive future. And then once you ask your questions and once you are aware of your beliefs, then you enter the maintenance cycle. Accept what has happened without looking for clues. Some people get rejected, they start looking for clues. The person that rejected you, that means they had their messed up life. It has nothing to do with you. So stop looking for clues. Get a coach or do self-healing to get closure, to resist that addiction, because depression becomes an addiction. You know, some people who take drugs, they are addicted because they want to feed that addiction. So it's the same with the depression, it's the same with the heartbreak. You want to feed yourself with something, your mind is start manipulating you. You will start manipulating you to feed it with the whatever doesn't exist. So don't look for clues. Resist that addiction. It's very, very important to resist the addiction. Give yourself permission to grieve. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to have bad days. Sometimes you can have bad days. Sometimes you can have good days. So it is okay to have bad days. It's okay. Create self-strategies that can help you pull through even if you don't feel like it. If you create a strategy, you write down the things, how you're gonna help yourself to cope with everything, and that will help you to actually, with the process of healing. Use your beliefs to help you with the healing process. You can do meditation. You can pray if you are a Christian. Whatever works for you. Use that. Whatever works, just use it to help you. Use your beliefs. You know your beliefs. Every person has the things that they believe in. So use your beliefs so you can be a leader in your own destiny by letting people, when you use your beliefs, you can be a leader in your destiny by letting people know what you need, because when you had a heartbreak, you can choose the things that the things that you want to do. Or if people come into your life, they want to help you can tell them. You can be a leader, be a voice of yourself, or by telling them, okay, this is how I want you guys to help me. Seek professional help, and knowing that life is not a competition. Let go of who you think you are supposed to be and embrace who you are. You thought you were gonna, when you get married, sometimes people get married, they have this big future, they have a movie that they have created, which is fine. But when those possibilities have been stripped away from you, or sometimes you enter a relationship, you imagine yourself getting married, you imagine yourself, you create relationships in that relationship, but when those possibilities have been stripped away from you, it can feel like a dream. It doesn't feel real. So you just have to let go of who you think you are supposed to be, or you thought your life was supposed to be. Embrace what it is and what it could be, because you can heal yourself and find somebody else. Let go of attachment of the people that you've met in that relationship. Sometimes you're gonna have to let go. Sometimes you're gonna have to let go of people, like you make friends through that cycle. Sometimes there are people that you will need to let go. There are places that you're gonna need to let go while you are doing the process of healing. You're gonna have to let go of the possibility you have lost or hope in that relationship. Be aware of your mind, not for your mind not to manipulate you, to focus on the things you don't want. Our minds can manipulate us to focus on the things that are not going to help us with the healing. Re-establish of who you are and your existence. Make sure you don't become an extra in your own movie, because your life is your movie that you have created. When you create a movie in your life, it is yours. You are meant to be the main actor in that movie. Make sure that you don't become an extra, because when you allow depression, when you allow the heartbreak to actually take control of your life, that means you actually become an extra in your own movie. Don't focus on why things have gone wrong. Focus on how they were wrong for you. Because the reason why you were not with that person is because they were wrong for you in the first place. If they were right for you, you wouldn't be going through what you are going through. So focus on why they were wrong for you. It could be from the beginning. When you met this person, there were signs, but you chose to ignore those signs. It could be in that relationship, everything was wrong, but you chose to ignore it. Be present in your own world. Enter your spirit of love. It's your world. Whatever is you've created for years, if you have a heartbreak, you have to be present. It's hard, it's tough. But guess what? That's what life is about. So you have to stay in the present, acknowledging that I'm going through pain, but I'm going to stay in the present. This is my world. Set smart goals for your life. Be very clear of what you want to achieve while you are doing this healing process. You can consider breaking your goals in a smaller steps, and just take each day as it comes. If you're having bad days, it's fine. And ask yourself questions. How will I know if I achieved those questions? If I achieved my goals? What will I be doing at that time? Will I be going on dating site, or will I be going on online trying to find out matchmaking dating agencies, or will I be asking my family to connect me with the single people that they know? What would other people notice about me? Because now you're working on yourself, you are healing yourself, you are getting professional help. People will notice. So what do you want people to notice about you? Is it the changes, or you getting frustrated each and every day. What will be different in your world? Is your world gonna stay the same, or are you gonna make it different? Are you gonna put and make a difference in your own world? What are you willing to give up for you to actually be who you want to become, so you can meet the right person? What are you willing to give up? Sometimes you have to make a sacrifice. So what are you willing to give up in order for you to actually be happy and find that special person? When after the process, basically you have to give yourself time healing, maybe a year. And healing, some people, they just want to do it straight away. People are different. You can set smaller goals. You don't have to set bigger goals. You can celebrate who you are, celebrate your success, celebrate your healing. Even if you're going through every day, when you have bad days, just celebrate being aware, the awareness of, okay, I'm not having a good day today. That is a success because you are aware, you are in the present. So you can celebrate that. So tomorrow there will be a big success, and then you can have a more bigger celebration. If you don't achieve your healing that you want, so what can you do different for you to actually achieve the healing that you want and achieve your goals? So when you actually and then what would make it more likely to succeed next time? If you didn't succeed with your healing, let's say you go to a professional, you're seeking help, you don't actually, with that professional, you don't connect. So what are you going to do next? Are you going to find a different professional, or do you prefer to listen the audios, or are you just going to read books? So you just have to make a decision, and you have to be realistic. If you want to achieve something, you have to be realistic. You can find different sources and find out how you can access those sources, and for them to help you with all these problems that you are going through with your broken heart. You can set a reasonable time limit to heal yourself and achieve your goals of healing. It could be 6 months, it could be a year, it could be 5 years. Time will be up to you. Everything that you do in life, it will be up to you. That I can actually make plans. I'm going to make plans, and by this time I'm going to achieve my goals, or even 5 years. Or because healing, it doesn't just happen. You don't just go to somebody and say, okay, I need a healing, and then it happens. The process just happens just like that. It's a step. You grow every single day. You grow. So that's what life is about. You grow every day. So you have to grow in your life, your relationship. So if you're watching my talk, please feel free to share my video. And please feel free to actually follow us on our Nkositalkshows show Monday to Friday. And if you are going through something and you are watching this talk, and you've had a heartbreak, and you are thinking, you know what, there's no such thing as love, there's no such thing as relationships lasting. What I can tell you is you have to learn how to select a partner in a relationship. And also when you select somebody, at that moment, they might be right for you, but people change. As the time goes by, people change. I have grown. I'm not the same person that I was in 2019. So people grow, they change. So if somebody has changed, it doesn't mean that it is your fault. People have changed, they change, but then they want different things. So it doesn't mean that it might be something that you have done. No, as long as your character is right. Some people in relationship, they have some talking problems. Talking problems, it means basically fighting all the time, casing your relationship. But if you know that you're not that person and you're not perfect, and your relationship is ended just because somebody has grown or somebody was never good enough in the first place, all you need to do is heal yourself. That is the only way. Mend your broken heart. Mend your world, because when your world, when your mind is broken, that means your world needs to be, the pieces needs to be put together. And also be aware of your principles. When you are aware of your principles, that who enters my life, I'm going to allow this kind of a person to enter my life. So it will help you as well to actually select the right person and connect with the right person as well. Select and connect with that person properly. So if you are single, you can go to our website, www.hseia.com, fill out an application form, and we'll get back to you. And you can follow us on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook. So please do follow us on our social media. And I'll see you Monday to Friday in Nkositalkshows. Live with grace, everyone. God bless you.